In this video, I'm going to show you how to create and work with SharePoint workflows. SharePoint workflows work fairly similar in terms of the concept with the regular business workflow. For example, you may have a situation that you compose a contract and then get an approval for the content of the contract and then gather signatures. So this is kind of a workflow that could happen many times, um, periodically, or just often happens. So that it's worthwhile to create um, a workflow in SharePoint. But for that matter, we are going to create two workflows, SharePoint workflows, to take care of this process. First, we are going to create a workflow for get an approval for the content of the contract, and then second workflow will be gathering signatures. So from the SharePoint site, we have first created a library where we store the contract document. So it could be a Word document. So click on the libraries from the quick launch navigation bar, and then go ahead and click on the create. And then we are going to create a library. So click on the library type, and then we are going to create a document library and give it a name. Let's say contracts, and then click on create. So now we are inside of the contracts library. First, we are going to create those two workflows, SharePoint workflows. So under the libraries tab, click on the drop-down menu of workflows setting, and then click on add workflow. The first one is going to be getting the approval of the content of the document, the contract. So from the workflow type, click on approval option. This is a kind of a ready built workflow, so it's fairly easy. And then provide the name of the workflow. Let's say request on approval. And then it'll automatically create a task. In this case, we are going to create a new task for getting the approval in the tasks list, which is right here. And then it's going to keep up the history of the workflow so that you can kind of review later on who did what and when and so on. Click on next button, and then provide the ID of the approver. So I'm going to just put myself as approver, and then check name, and that's good. I am in the system. And in the request message, I'll say please review and approve. And then I could provide due dates, for example, or how many days, or how many weeks, how many months can this workflow could stay on. So I'm going to say 2 days, and then I could CC it, but for now I'm going to skip that part and then go ahead and click on save. Now I have a new workflow created, and then I'm going to go ahead and create another workflow, and this time it's going to be for getting the signature, the collector signature, and the name will be gather signatures. Again, it's going to create a task each time this workflow gets started, and it keeps up the history. And then click on next, and again I'm going to put myself as a signature and check my name, That's good, and click on save. So I have two workflows created. So let me go back to the library, contracts library. So nothing's happening yet. I just have two workflows ready to be launched, but I need a document. So I'm going to go ahead and add a document. And this is the document that is for the contracts. Let me see. The contract for iPads. Okay, click on open and click on OK. And now it is uploaded. So let's say I'm pretty sure this is completely ready. And I'm going to click and then workflows. And I'm going to activate request and approval workflow, and then click on start. This is the second half of how to create and work with workflows. At the end of last video, I showed you how to start a workflow for this particular document, and now the status says it is in progress. The request and approval, that's the name of the workflow, and that's the status. If you want to see the details, go ahead and click on the downward triangle and then click on workflows. So it says request and approval is started, it's in progress. I'm going to go back, and now quickly I'll show you how the person who's approving will get the notification. Here is an email, and once the approver opens the email, you get he or she can click on edit the status, edit the task. So task means basically here the task is created once the workflow started it, and it'll come to this window, and that's the title, and it is not started yet. So go ahead and click on the downward triangle and edit item. So basically the approval will come to this window, and then you can the person can review it and then go ahead and click on the approve button, and it's processing, and now it is completed. So let me go back to the library. The status is now approved. So once the content of this document has been approved, the next step would be gathering signature. So we already created the workflow for it. So again, downward triangle and then go to workflows, and here's the one that we already created earlier. So gather signatures, and it's going to be collecting signature from Mo Yun, that's me, and go ahead and click on start. Essentially, the person who put the signature will get the basically similar email. Here's the one. Let me go ahead and close this, and that's the email, and I can click on the edit this task. So this is a brand new task. Unfortunately, right now it's not working. It gets the error message. Basically, not an error message. It's basically you have to add the SharePoint list URL to the safe site list, and that's a little bit complicated at this point, but I'm sure it'll be sorted out really easily pretty soon. So anyway, once that is clicked, and then it'll essentially come to the tasks list, and then this is the list, the task, and then let me edit it. So again, once the signature reviews the content and then click on sign, it will put the signature to that document. So let me go back to the contracts library, and now it is go back here, approved. Let's see, approved, and let's see, can I move? Gather signature is complete. So that's it, and it is all done. And then you may create another workflow to send it to the next person who will take over the contract. Okay, that's basically it.